Today, boys, we are rebuilding fallen giant Blackburn Rovers in a retro 2007-2008 database. Now, in the 2007-2008 season, Blackburn Rovers, managed by Mark Hughes, secured a 7th place finish in the Premier League. The standout performance from this season was Roque Santa Cruz, a player who signed from Bayern Munich who netted 19 league goals and 23 across all competitions for Blackburn Rovers. This season was, of course, guided by Santa Cruz with his individual brilliance, but also a strong league performance with the 7th place finish. In that season, boys, they did not get European qualification. We are looking to rebuild Blackburn and take them back to the top of the Premier League in this retro rebuild. Let's go check out the team. So, boys, welcome to Blackburn Rovers 2007-2008, and look at the nostalgia in that team. If there's any Blackburn fans watching in particular, I know you will feel this right now. You've got Roque Santa Cruz in the cam position. Just look at him there. It summarises him as a player. The 17 first touch, the 18 flair, both footed. He was Blackburn's standout performer, a brilliant performer. Still to this day, Blackburn fans, probably one of their biggest legends at the club. Speaking of legends, on that right side as well, you've got Gamps Pedersen. Blackburn fans speak of this guy so highly as well, and I can see why. Both footed again, shoots from distance, a set piece taker. We've got some very interesting names all across the team. Benny McCarthy, Robbie Savage, we've got Brad Friedel in there. For this first season, I'm going to be rocking a 4-2-3-1 with the team. It just does suit the players the best, you know, the wingers with David Bentley and Pedersen down the line. Roque Santa Cruz can then play in that 10 position and roam wherever he wants. This tactic as well, boys, is on my Patreon. The Patreon link is in description. Big Robbo14 on Patreon. Get access to tactics like this. And also at the moment, boys, we are doing a retro save on Twitch, but with Millwall starting in the Coca-Cola League One. So that's been lots of fun. If you want to check out the Twitch as well, Big Robbo14 on Twitch too. But let's get into Season 1's transfers and let's try and improve this Blackburn team. Forgot to mention, we only have 3 million as well, so there better be some bargains. Right, boys, Season 1's transfers are done, and there are some cult heroes from this era of football who have joined Blackburn. Starting off, boys, we've got Martin Skirtle for £2 million coming in. He was wanted by so many clubs, and I looked at him, he had 18 tackling, good physicals. I thought, you know what, why not? For £2 million, we'll play him this season. He might develop a little bit as well. He is only 22 years old. Good signing, I think. Next up, boys, we managed to get Marco Reus on a free transfer. Now, I don't know why he's going on a free, but he is. This is such a fun signing. He's going to get loaned out. He's literally been bid on by every single man and his dog. So hopefully he has a good loan move. He's got some good traits. His physicals are great. He's both-footed. With that high determination, if he has a good first season on loan, he could come back and be a squad player for us at minimum next year. And Marco Reus as well. We all love Marco Reus. Who remembers him on FIFA, them old cards, that 84-rated striker one? Wow. I've signed this guy, Lucas Andreasen. Now, not Lucas, sorry. Funny looking Lucas, that one. It says Leon. I've never actually heard of this guy before, but I mean, technically, he's absolutely unbelievable. Mentally, he's quite good. Physically, he's quite good. I just thought, why not? He's consistent, likes important matches, and he only cost me 775 grand. So if it doesn't go well, then I mean, what have I lost? You know what I mean? It's a scratch off my ass. And then finally, boys, another cult hero joins the team in Johan Gabai. This guy at Newcastle was unbelievable. He's 21-year-old on here. He's a good passer of the ball. Mentals look good. Physicals look good. I think he's going to be coming off the bench a lot this season for like a Andreasen or something, but Gabai comes in, and that sums up our first season of transfers. If I was to pick my best 11, it would look like this. McCarthy, Bentley, Santa Cruz and Pedersen up front. The nostalgia is unreal. Robbie Savage and Andreasen at the back with a strong defence with Brad Friedel in there. I think we're going to have a great season. Let's simulate this first month of the first Premier League season in 2007 and see how we do. Okay, boys, the first month of fixtures have been played. Let's have a look how we've got on. In the first game, we went to Goodison Park and we lost 1-0 to a Tim Cahill goal. Robbie Savage also missed a penalty on the day, so that is unlucky. We then had Arsenal at home, of course, one of the favourites in the league this season. We only lost 3-2, which is good to see. Van Persie and Fabregas getting the goals, not too bad of a result. But what is good to see, once we played a team that we should be beating, we did beat them indeed. We beat Wigan at 6-0. 6-0. We then had Sheffield Wednesday in the Cup and we beat them comfortably 3-0. And then we had Derby at home and we beat them 5-2 with Roque Santa Cruz getting 4 goals. Unbelievable. What a guy. If we look to the Premier League, we are currently sat in 8th position. Of course, we've just played Arsenal and Everton, who are both 2nd and 3rd. And what I want to show you, boys, is this screen here as well. Look at this season preview. Look at the top players in these teams. You've got Ronaldo, Drogba, Gerrard, Vidic, Terry, Evra, Van der Sar. In the key players on the right here, Frank Lampard, Essien, Fabregas, Modric is at Liverpool. I mean, we've got 2 players apparently, which is quite good. Bentley and Roque Santa Cruz. Michael Owens at Newcastle, Berbatov, Anelka, Arteta, Bellamy. This league is a very, very competitive league. League. We are predicted to finish 8th. And before we carry on as well, I want to give a big shout out to the mad scientist who creates all of these databases. I know he puts a lot of time and effort into creating them, and for creators like myself, these are so fun and amazing to make videos on. So if you type in on Google the mad scientist football manager 2007-2008 retro database, you'll be able to find his links and download the database yourself. But let's simulate this first full season in this star-studded Premier League 2007 season, and let's see where Blackburn can finish. Okay, boys, the first season with Blackburn Rovers is completed, and we unfortunately finish in 9th place, just 3 points off 5th place in the Premier League. Look how tight it is there in the race for Europe. I mean, clearly we have dropped off throughout the season. If you look at the recent form there, you can see we lost the last 2 games. We win just one of them games, and it could push us up into that 5th position, 6th position. If you look at the league positions as well, look, throughout the season, we were 5th, 6th, 4th for a very long time, 5th, 6th, 5th, 8th. We were very up and down, yo-yoing up and down, and 9th place is actually probably the lowest position we've been all season. Really, on average, we were looking at 6th and 7th all season, but we've completely dropped off. We were knocked out by Chelsea in the 4th round of the FA Cup, away from home, quite a difficult tie. And we were also 3rd rounded by Newcastle, who thumped us 6-2. 6-2. If we look at the squad, we can see where the problem was this season. There is not enough goals in the team. Roque Santa Cruz getting 15 goals across the season. Next, then, we have our centre-back Martin Skirtle getting 10, which is obviously not what you want to see. Benny McCarthy, the striker, only got 7 games in 32, and if we just have a quick hover over Benny McCarthy here, you know, he's not a bad striker. I'm really surprised at 7 goals. A real plus from this season that Andreasen came in that midfield, and he managed to get 19 assists, which is very good. The left-back Warnock as well, getting 7 goals and 9 assists is a good season. But as you can see from the stat, boys, if we look at average rating as well, we've only got 6 players there above a 7 average rating, which just shows that it was just quite a mediocre season, really. We could have done better than what we did. Maybe we should think of a change of tactic. I think the tactic might have been quite good, though, you know. I mean, really, we've one win in one of them last 2 games where we lose, you know. We could have been in 5th or 6th place, and you would have looked at it as a great season. So I think it is just quite unlucky. As you can see by the statistics here, Andreasen did actually get the most assists in the Premier League, 16, for a signing of 700 grand. That is an absolute masterstroke. If we look at the stats wise, we did score 71 goals, but if we then look at fewest conceded, see, we're not in here, so we must be conceding a lot of goals as well. Maybe the defence is something we really need to work on. But thankfully for this summer, boys, the board are backing us. We have got a £53 million budget to spend. This is going to be a very important window, you know. When other teams are progressing, getting into Europe like Everton this season, we need to try and catch up with our signings. So let's have an amazing season 2 transfer window. Let's see who we can find in 2008. Right, boys, in season 2, we have made lots of transfers. Let's get straight into it. First up, we picked up Phil Jones on a free transfer, 16 years old, lots of potential. I mean, Phil Jones in this world is a ball-winning midfielder, which, I mean, in terms of ball-winning, he was great at everything else. He was absolutely... And again, boys, another transfer we made, another wonder kid coming in already. These realistic regens that come through these mod packs. Fabian Delph comes in a midfielder. He's quite balanced everywhere, actually. Looks quite good. We're going to look to loan him out and develop him. He's currently on loan at Hearts. Next up, we've got Angel Di Maria coming in. Yes, 2 million for Angel Di Maria. He looks really, really good. His crossing, dribbling's good. His pace is good. Probably just going to be an impact player off the bench for us this season, but if he can develop, he could become really good. I think one of the best signings of the window was this one, though. Willian for 1.7 million. Look at them stats. The vision, dribbling, passing, the pace from midfield. He's an attacking midfielder in this World of Football Manager, so we're going to look to develop him, maybe play him in that attacking mid role. We'll see about the tactic. But boys, last season, I think we needed a new striker, and he is going to be our main man. It is Wellington. This guy, if you remember him, boys, used to be so good on FIFA, but on here he looks amazing. Everything you need in advance forward: pace, finishing, dribbling, first touch, technique, work rate. He's got that holy trinity there, that finishing, first touch, dribbling. Lots of potential as well, so keep an eye out for Wellington over this rebuild. I think he's going to be a key player for us. On the left wing, we decided to bring in Juan Mata as well. Again, another wonder kid, 20 years old, Juan Mata. His physicals are a bit lacking, but his technical ability there, as you can see, the crossing, dribbling, finishing, passing, technique, the guy's got it all, mate. The Spaniard joins Blackburn. We also needed a new right back. I can't lie, I've never heard of Julian Faubert in my life, but he looks amazing. Good crossing, but the physicals, 18 pace, 18 acceleration, 15 strength. He's going to be a beast getting up and down that line for us. He was also brought in for 10 million. And finally, we brought in the left back, Puliak. Again, another player I've never heard of in my life. He cost me 1.7 million. Crossing's good, physicals are good, everything you need in a fullback. At this point, our reputation isn't the greatest on the save, so any players we can get like this are vital. These are also the players we're going to be locking in, boys. We have got Wellington up front, Santa Cruz, Willian, Andreasen, Skirtle, and Enk in net. I want to play Willian on that right. He can't actually play the role yet, but I think Willian as a right winger will be amazing. We're going to have a season developing him. Of course, this season, no European football, just the English Cups and the Premier Division. Let's see how we do after the first month. Not going to lie, lads. We might be getting sacked. Our first 3 fixtures, boys, were very tough. We had Liverpool away where Torres and Reese beat us 2-1. A difficult fixture to start. We then brought Tottenham to home and we got beat 3-0 as well. Robbie Keane, Danny and Gareth Bale getting the goals. Look at Gareth Bale, boys. You know what I mean? You got a prime Gareth Bale playing against me. We then had Newcastle away where we got absolutely turned over. We got beat 5-1. Yes, 5-1. Even Joey Barton is scoring a goal. I mean, Joey Barton, oh my lord. If you've seen his podcast, what is that guy? But then finally, boys, we actually had a win in the English League Cup second round. We did beat Nottingham Forest 3-0. But then again, in the Premier League, we drew 0-0 with Manchester City. So if I take you to the competitions tab, we've just got to have a little scroll down and Blackburn at bottom of the league on -8 goal difference. At this point, I am absolutely soiling my pants. We're going to simulate the full season now. If you ask me how optimistic I was, I don't think there's a number low enough to sum it up. So let's see how we do. Season 2, see if the team can build from form. We've got a lot of new signings that need to bed into the team. Looking like a tough one, lads. Well, boys, to be honest, we are back for the end of season 2, and on the face of it, of course, it doesn't look like a great season. We finished 9th in the Premier League, but in the Cups, the semi-final by Everton and the quarter-final by Arsenal, you know, we had a good Cup run this season. Remembering how bad we started on a -8 goal difference, I think it was, and 1 point, I actually am quite chuffed in the end. We were beating the semi-final by Everton at 4-3 on the day. The game looks quite even, but by the XG, Everton probably deserved the win. And boys, in the quarter-final of the English League Cup, we were knocked out by Arsenal. Benny McCarthy actually equalised for us in the 97th minute in a game where it looks like we actually dominated, which is quite surprising. The penalties were missed by Santa Cruz and Warnock. I mean, Santa Cruz missing a penalty, that would just never happen. That's how you just know FM really aren't up to standard, you know, with the realistic side of things. But yeah, boys, I guess in the league 9th place, you know, we've got no European competition. We didn't win any cups. I mean, the only player I can see in any ratings is Polak. Our left-back got a 7.3 to average rating, which is very good for someone we signed for $1 million. But I guess this is just a season to forget for us. A good cup run, but I promise you, boys, in this rebuild, we are going to make something of this Blackburn team. We are going to bring silverware. We've got a massive transfer window ahead of us, though, for season 3. And in season 3, we've got £26 million. If we're looking squad-wise at the goals, Wellington did okay, getting 19 goals. Andreasen, again, from midfield, getting 12 goals and 13 assists is unbelievable. Pedersen getting 10 goals. Assist-wise, you've got Bentley on that wing, good as ever. Puliak, the left-back, getting 7 goals and 9 assists is a great first season. But like I said, boys, we've got 26 million. We are going to have to make some major transfers in season 3. Let's see who we can bring in. I've got to say, boys, at the end of last season, I wasn't optimistic, but with the window we've just have, we might be able to turn this season round and get a better finish than 9th place. Starting off on the transfers in, we have brought in Rafael at right back, the Brazilian wonderkid, for £3 million. He's bow-footed, he's very quick, mentally he's amazing as well for his age. We've loaned him out this season to Galatasaray. He could become a key player for us in seasons to come. Another player we've took a punt on, Raul Radaiz. We've loaned him out again, another regen that come through. He looks good. We've loaned him out, one for the future. Now for a signing for now, we have brought in Simon Kaye, boys, and I want you to take your attention to one stat in particular. 20 jumping reach. Oh yes, the corners are going to be strong this season. Bang off the headers on the corners, but apart from that, he actually looks like a decent centre-back as well. But the biggest acquisition from this summer, boys, was Xiao Moutinho. Very consistent, model citizen personality. He's got the mental stats of Elon Musk. He looks absolutely amazing. Maybe his physicals might let him down in the Premier League, but then mental stats are going to carry him in games, the positioning on the pitch, everything he's going to do. He looks amazing. He was brought in for £20 million, which I think is actually quite a good price. Another major signing, boys. Now, in real life, you might clown this guy, but Shamak on this save looks unbelievable. He's pacey, he can jump, his heading stats great, finishing, anticipation, composure. He's kind of got everything you need for a striker. I'm liking the look of Shamak. He looks really good. £20 million he cost us. He's going to be our marquee man up front this season. Hopefully, he can bag the goals. Johnny Evans is a red, is a red, is a red. Johnny Evans is a red. He ain't Scousers. Never going to do that again. Johnny Evans signs, though, £9 million. Still got a bit of potential to grow. Consistent centre-back. I love this guy in real life. Johnny Evans, just an absolute G in real life. Just seems like he gets on with his football and enjoys it. He's now a Blackburn player for £9 million. And the final signing of the window was Clement in the midfield. Another defensive midfielder. He's got good tackling, mentals, physicals. He's got 16 pace in DM. Giving me Kante vibes. Looks very good. And that, boys, sums up our transfers. If we look at the tactic for this season, yes, we are changing. We're going for a 4-2-4. I'm locking in Shamak in that DLF role. I want him to drop in with the inside forward overlapping. Wellington is probably going to go up front next to him. If we actually pick the best 11 midway through this rebuild, boys, this is where the team's looking at for now. We've got Clement and Moutinho in midfield, Bentley on that wing still, Wellington, Santa Cruz up front, Pedersen, Puliak. Of course, boys, like as I said, I will be locking in Shamak, so that's how the team will look. I mean, they've already got links and stuff. It's looking good already. Of course, this season, we're in the Cups again and the Premier League. Let's see how we can get on after 1 month. Okay, boys, welcome to the season 3 1-month roundup where we've actually started miles better than last season. The first game of the season was at home to Aston Villa where we we won 4-0, a convincing win, a great way to start the season. We then travelled to West Ham to the Upton Park Stadium, and we did lose 2-0. Craig Bellamy and Florian Cringe getting the goal. What a name that is. We then had Oldham in the Cup, who we brushed aside 4-1. Shamak getting a brace. Good to see he's getting in the goals. We then had Sheffield United at home as well, where we beat them 4-0. If we look at the fixtures coming up as well, if we look up to here where I'm going to highlight, they are some favourable fixtures to have to start this season. Maybe we can gain some momentum and get a good run going. But I mean, if we look down here though, from Everton, Newcastle, Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, Liverpool, we've got that FM curse where you have all the hard games in a row. Let's simulate season 3, the middle part of the rebuild, and let's see if we can win. Can we win a cup? Can we qualify for Europe? Let's see what this Blackburn team can do. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. Big Robbo wins trophies. That is right, boys. Look at that beautiful shiner there. Blackburn Rovers have won the FA Cup. We defeated Chelsea in the final 2-1. If we have a look at the match report, this is a Chelsea team with Sergio Aguero up front, by the way. We've beat them 2-1. Pedersen and Samba, 2 original boys in the team with the goals. Samba getting a 92nd minute winner. That would have been limbs. And if you want an idea of how good Sergio Aguero is, here he is. Jesus Christ. And if we look at the league as well, we actually finished in 7th place this season. We were 4 points off 6th, so a much better season than last, it seems. Chelsea also did win the league, so we did beat the league winners in that final. That is an unreal result from us. So yeah, boys, if we look into this Premier League season now, we did finish 7th. I can see a player there. Wellington with 6 player of the match. He's got David Bentley with 13 assists. If we look at stats-wise, something actually quite impressive. We actually were the top goal scorers in the Premier League. That tells me, though, that we are conceding a lot of goals yet. We're not even in this conceding list. I think next season, that's already shown me that we need to shore up the defence. But I mean, yeah, it's a great overall season. You know, we're qualified for the UEFA Cup. I don't know if that's the Champions League. Oh no, there's UCL there. No, that's not the Champions League. I'm going to guess that's the Europa League. So we're going to have Europa League football next season, boys. If we look at the squad and we look at the goals, Pedersen got 22 goals and 8 assists this season. One of the OGs in the team. That's amazing to see. Shamak came in and got 17 goals and 7 assists, so that's a good signing. Wellington only getting 15. Again, a bit poor, but if we look at the development, the guy's got 18s now in there, 15s all over the gaff. Samba getting 12 goals. It looks like he was a menace off set pieces. Santa Cruz is still chipping in. If we look at assists, Bentley and Martino are up there. Average rating, Samba, Wellington, Pedersen. It's just been a good overall season compared to last. But this season, obviously for qualifying for Europe, we've got 62 million off the board. Can we improve this team any further? Let's make some UEFA Cup signings, boys. It's going to be a big window. I'll see you there. Lads, let me tell you, we have just had the best transfer window, I think, in like FM history. Like for FM players, wonderkids, and play like this is... Wait till you see these transfers. The first signing coming in the door is Eden Hazard from Lille. One of the best Premier League players in history to watch. You know, watching Eden Hazard at Chelsea growing up, he was an absolute baller. He comes in now on the left wing, crossing and dribbling, pace, technical ability, technique, passing. This guy is going to be unbelievable. He's got that perfectionist personality. He's very consistent. He is almost a perfect player. I'm so excited to see what he's going to do for us this season. We've also signed Andrej Kramaric, regen striker. The Croatian comes in. He's gone on loan to Celtic. Again, look at the stats for these regens. This mod pack is some of the most fun I've ever had on FM. When these regens come through, the real players, I absolutely love it. Kramaric comes in. He signed for 1 million. We also signed Sebastian Coates at the back, £5 million. This guy looks amazing as well. Lots of potential. 19 years old. Good jumping reach already. He's bow-footed. I think he's going to be a key player for us in the future. He's gone on loan to Rangers. We also signed Cerner at right back. Yeah, like I said, boys, we needed to improve the defence. We brought in a better right back. Cerner, a bit more all-rounded, I think, than the lad we had at right back for Burt. He's an aggressive right back. He's got high work rate, good tackling, good pace up and down the line. Crossing's great. Very consistent, and coming in for 3 million, you can't go wrong. And boys, a name you've probably seen earlier on, Kevin De Bruyne from Genk. We have brought in Eden Hazard and Kevin De Bruyne in the same rebuild, in the same season at Blackburn Rovers. The passing stats, the decision making, the vision, it's Kevin De Bruyne-esque, bow-footed. In 2007, FM know what is going on. De Bruyne looks unreal. We signed him for only 7 million as well from Genk. But lads, the actual most expensive signing of the summer was Gian from Udinese. This lad comes in, I mean, he's a natural on the right wing, and the physicals on him, off the ball, can composure, finishing, dribbling. He just looks absolutely insane. Again, a very consistent player. If we look at his history, he scored 20 goals last year in the Serie A. I saw that and I thought, you know what, I'm going to pull the plug. 32 million for Gian. He looks insane. If we look at the tactic as well, boys, we are changing it up this season. We are locking in Kier this season. I want him to play more games than he did last season with that 20 jumping reach. I think he can develop into a very good centre-back. We're locking in De Bruyne in that centre-mid attack role. I think it suits him very well with his passing stats. His physical stats are also good. And of course, we're locking in Hazard on that left side. So we've got De Bruyne and Hazard linking up down the left at Ewood Park. Of course, boys, this season we have got the UEFA Cup to look forward to. We're finally in Europe. Let's see how we can get on in our first month with the UEFA Cup and our new Hazard De Bruyne combo. So, boys, the first month has been an undefeated month. We started off against Reading away from home. Kevin De Bruyne getting 2 goals on his Blackburn debut to get us 3 points as well. The instant impact is insane. We then had a home game where Willian got us a 1-0 win. We then had a game against Middlesbrough away from home where 6 goals were scored. Middlesbrough scored 4 as well. A 10-goal thriller. Gian getting 2. Wellington, Raphael chipping in, Skirtle and Kier. We then had Norwich at home where Kier got 2 goals. De Bruyne and Andreasen getting a prem. So you can clearly see Kier at centre-back already getting on the end of set pieces. And for the first time, boys, I can show you the UEFA Cup games. We've got Dynamo Kiev, Hapoel, Malmo, Fiorentina, Sparta, Kiaspor, Besiktas and Celtic. In my head with the team we have, we should be going through, but I actually don't know how good them clubs are at this point. So they could be some difficult fixtures, but I honestly don't know. Something interesting I just want to show you as well, the season preview. Let's have a look after 4 years what the Premier League is looking like. You've got a Wayne Rooney up front, a prime Wayne Rooney. Oh my lord, look at him. You've got Obafemi Martins up front. You've got Ilsinho, a winger I've never even heard of. You've got Fabregas in the midfield, Essien, Stewart Downing. You've got Evra, Terry, Torre, Vidic, Ochoa in net for Chelsea. Down the right hand side as well, you've got so many more players. Xavi Alonso, James Milner's here now, Kevin Doyle, you got Anelka. We are predicted 6th in the season preview, but I want you boys to understand how difficult this league is. These teams here at the top, these 5, to be the best of the rest in this league is nothing short of a good result. Chelsea have got Drogba and Sergio Aguero leading the line. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, boys, let's simulate this season. Let's see how we can get on in Europe as well. It's going to be a very, very big season, this one. I can feel it. Let's see how we do. Okay, boys, it's been a massive Season 4. Let's look how we got on. Now, on the initial screen here, it's a bit swings and roundabouts. We've recorded our highest Premier League finish, so let's have a look at that first. We have actually finished 5th in the Premier League on 69 points. We were 4 points off Newcastle this season. Oh, like I said, boys, before, the top 4 in these retro saves is something that is so hard to get into. So we finished on 69 points, naughty number. We've recorded 21 wins in the Premier League this season, having a better season than Liverpool, by the way, who have Fernando Torres and all these players in their prime. Eden Hazard got the joint top assist with 17, so it looks like he's had a good season. We're going to have a go look at his season in a minute. If we look at the stats, again, Blackburn Rovers scoring the most goals again, so it looks like our teams are really good going forward, but we're just conceding too many. On the fewest conceding this season, we are 7th, but we are at 56 goals. Something I have struggled with all rebuild, boys, is getting in centre-backs. Honestly, there's none out there. All the best ones just go to the best clubs. A very disappointing result is going out to Everton in the UEFA Cup in the round of 16. If we have a look at that, we actually got knocked out on penalties. Very, very disappointing in a competition where we could have looked to go further. You know, in the quarterfinals, you got teams like Galatasaray. You know, Celtic beat Everton 6-3 on aggregate, so maybe we could have beat them. Palermo went on to win that final, by the way. If we look at Palermo there, we got players like Barzagli there. To be fair, they're a very good team. We might have struggled against them. Got players like Barzagli. I know Amari on this game's unbelievable, the Brazilian striker. Yeah, they've got an insane team. I mean, they've even got a 19-year-old Virgil van Dijk. I mean, what? We also boys got knocked out the FA Cup in the 4th round by Crewe. I don't even know how to explain what's happened there. It must have been and unfortunately, boys, in the League Cup, something we haven't won so far, we actually got knocked out to Aston Villa 4-3 on aggregate. That's a very, very disappointing result. In that final, Chelsea did go on, though, to beat Villa 3-0. Like I said, Chelsea have got Drogba and Aguero up front. That is just like Drogba, Aguero, like that's like Premier League all-time partnership. If we look at the squad for this season, Wellington had a great season getting 26 goals, but Kevin De Bruyne from centre mid getting 23 goals and 7 assists. And if we look at the player he's turning into, he is nothing short of world class nearly. I mean, the physicals are getting there, the mentals, the technicals, 18 first touch, 17 passing, 18 vision, 23 goals, 14 which within the Premier League. That's an unbelievable season from Kevin. If we keep on having a look through here, Jayan, another new signing, 18 goals and 16 assists. He looks absolutely amazing. We've got Simon Kier getting 17 goals from set pieces, Eden Hazard getting 21 assists and 7 goals. If we look at the development, you can see there's a lot of up arrows going on. I think the finishing and first touch has got up. There's a lot going on with Eden Hazard. He's still got so much room to grow as well, though. Like I said, the assists-wise as well, Hazard 21, Gian 16, Pullak 13, Matinho 13, Cerner 13. The team is coming together. The goal scoring in the team is amazing. Like I said, though, we just need to improve that defence one more time. We've got our biggest budget yet as well. We've got £74 million to do it, boys. Let's see who we can bring in this final season of this retro rebuild. Yes, boys, it is a new dawn. It is a new day. I wanted to give Season 5 my full attention, and I'm going to win the Premier League this season, I promise. Starting off with Season's 5 transfers, we have brought in Matteo Flamini in that DM position. Again, boys, like I say all the time, very consistent player. Looks absolutely unbelievable. 19 stamina. The mental stats for a DM are crazy. 18 work rate. Tackling's there. Marking's there. This guy's going to be my new defensive midfielder. He looks world class. More signings coming into the door. We brought in Stecklenburg in net this season. Enke, our goalkeeper we've had for the full rebuild, was like 33 or something now, and he was starting to decline. So I decided to bring in Stecklenburg for £10 million. Again, very consistent. Likes big matches. Good in the reflex department. I don't think he's as good as a keeper as Enke, but he is 6'6" as well. He's got good mentals, physicals look good, so we'll see how he gets on. We then brought in Delgado for £2.5 million from Argentina. Now, attribute to value signing, this might be the best signing I've ever made in my life. And what's even better, if I decide to play wing-backs throughout the season, he can play wing-back as well. To whatever manager played him at wing-back, retire from football, go find a new sport, do take up cricket or something. But the main number 9 I have brought in for this season, boys, is Class Jan Huntelaar. He is an amazing player. If you look at what you need for a striker, he has it all. He places shots, he's very consistent, the decisions are there, finishing off the ball, composure, anticipation, heading. He's 6'1". If you look at his history as well, throughout this save whilst he's been here, he's had 23 goals at Werder Bremen, 27, 16. The guy knows where the back of the net is, and he's going to know where the back of the net is for Blackburn Rovers. The biggest signing we made this summer was David Luiz from Benfica, though. With that reputation building of being in competitions like Europa League, etc., we can now attract these star players in this 07 database. David Luiz comes in, 19 marking, 18 jumping reach, pace, mentals. He is one of the best centre-backs on this database. I'm very surprised that no one else has got him thus far. Yeah, I'm very happy with this one. It wouldn't be a transfer window without a regen. We've brought in Casemiro. He's both-footed. He's very good physically. Mentals are there. Technicals look decent. He's only 19 years old. He's going to play as a rotation option this season for Flamini. We all know Casemiro's got a good mentality, though. 5 times Champions League winner. Get him in the team. And speaking of Champions League winners, Thiago Silva also joined us. Again, mega consistent at the back. Good pace, good physicals, good technicals. I think he's been done a little bit dirty here with his attributes, to be honest, but maybe in 2007 he didn't have the potential like he did, obviously, when he moved on to AC Milan, etc. But he looks amazing. And I'm aware on this rebuild we've not talked about the outs a lot, because every season there actually hasn't been that many outs, but this season we have had some big outs. We've had Wellington leave us, someone who's been here for years, for 38 million. He was in the last year of his contract. He didn't want to sign a contract. He's had some decent years for us, but for 38 million, someone who's got 1 year left of the deal, I think is a good deal for us. Also, Shamak left to Chelsea for 13 million. I was a bit on the fence about this one, as it is a rival, but because they've got Drogba and Aguero, there's no way he's going to play. And that is it, boys. If I'm going to show you my best 11, these are the players we are locking in this season. And for our 5th and final season, let me show you what is the best 11 we have created according to our assistant manager. And look at that: Huntelaar, Hazard, Guyan, De Bruyne, Matinho, Flamini, Evans, Stecklenburg, Cerner. The team looks amazing. Now on the bench, you've got Thiago Silva, you've got Delgado, you've got Clement, you've got Casemiro, Willian, Rafael, Fabian Delph. Let's see how this team gets on after a month, after we are competing this season, remember, in all competitions and the UEFA Cup again. So boys, the first month of football has been played and we have got off to a very decent start. The first game of the season was away to Bolton, where we won 3-1. This is a stadium we've had some trouble over the years, so to finally get a result there is good, especially first game of the season. Bolton in this era have got one fan playing from them. Honestly, these databases, boys, like I said at the start of the video, if you've not tried these databases, just try them, play them. The stuff that happens is just so unpredictable and fun and different if you're still stuck playing the original Football Manager. We then played Middlesbrough at home and got a comfortable 3-0 win. Hazard getting on the score sheet there, Delgado getting his first goal for the club. We then went away to Leicester, where Clash Jan Huntelaar rescued us a point in the 92nd minute. We then had Sheffield United at home, where again Huntelaar's getting 2 goals, Guyan getting a goal from the wing. And then we lost at home to a 97th minute winner against Hull. I don't know what's happened here. That's an absolute major. In the UEFA Cup this season, again, we have Galatasaray away. We're going to hell, a Megadad's worst nightmare. We've then got Legia at home, AAB away. We've got Shakhtar at home, Red Star at home, Maribor, Panathinaikos and Fiorentina away, who we've seemed to play a lot in the recent years. Again, boys, don't know too much about all these teams in this era of football. I'm going to guess Fiorentina are quite decent. If we have a quick look at some of their players, yeah, you've got Montalivo. He's a pretty good player. You've got Mutu, El Shawari at 18 years old. Oh, my Lord. But yeah, boys, let's simulate this full season now. Let's see if we can end this last season with a bang. Our best Premier League finish, maybe a cup as well, maybe a UEFA Cup. Let's see how we do, boys. Lads, I do not believe it. I do not believe we've done this in 5 years. Genuinely might be one of the biggest achievements I've had on Football Manager this year. We have won the Premier League with Blackburn Rovers. We have beat Manchester United to the title by 2 points. And if you look at our end of season recent form, our recent form might have took us to the league. You know, we beat Chelsea away there 1-0. That's a huge result. As you can see also by the screen, we were runners-up in the UEFA Cup, unfortunately. But I'm so happy with that Premier League. Before we look at the Prem, let's look at the UEFA Cup. Oh, it was penalties as well. Oh, penalties to Porto. I mean, if you look at the game, there was lots of penalties missed. We had Pedersen, Willian and Casemiro miss a penalty. Casemiro on a penalty at such a young age is very interesting. I mean, his development, by the way, wow. Look at that development for Casemiro. That's unbelievable. But that is so unlucky. The game looked evenly matched, to be fair. We scored first in extra time as well, but we failed to hold on. Zirkov got the goal for them. That is so disappointing. We should be beating FC Porto, really. Let's look at Zirkov, who scored for them. Yeah, he's decent, but we should be beating them. It's a poor game from us, really. It's a game we've lost. But enough of the bad news. Let's look at this English Premier Division season. Klaas-Jan Huntelaar with 19 goals in the Premier League, the second golden boot. Huntelaar getting 6 player of the matches as well. Stecklenburg, the keeper who came in for Enkot, getting 16 Premier League clean sheets. That is amazing stuff. I think all throughout this rebuild as well, boys, I've been trying to improve my defence. We brought in David Luiz, we brought in Stecklenburg, and they must have made a massive difference. If you look at the stats of the league as well, we actually didn't score the most goals this season. We were 5th. But for fewest conceded this season, we were 3rd, only conceded 29. I think most seasons we've been in the 50 mark for conceding goals. So that has been a big push with this season. If we have a look at Man United's end of, to be fair, at the end of the season, United won it as well. They were beating teams, so they didn't let up. So we just had a really strong end and we evaded all the pressure they were putting on us. Chelsea as well. But I am so happy to win the Premier Division in this retro database is so tough, even just playing normally. Never mind on a 5-year rebuild. I'm so chuffed with that. If we look at the squad's numbers this season, Klaas-Jan Huntelaar getting 30 goals for us up from 20 million, definitely well spent. We had Jayan here getting 24 goals from the right wing. David Luiz getting 18 goals, maybe some free kicks in there, maybe some headers at the front post. We had Kevin De Bruyne getting 16 goals and 10 assists, and it's probably safe to say that De Bruyne is, world-class current ability now. We've got Eden Hazard getting 12 goals and 18 assists, and again, world-class. Pedersen still knocking about, boys. One of the originals from the Blackburn team, getting 6 goals and 5 assists off the bench. Coutinho getting 6 goals and 9 assists. Pullak, the left-back, getting 36 assists. I mean, we've just had an unbelievable season. Raphael's coming to the first team now. Like I said, boys, I mean, this team now, if we sort the team by ability, look at that top there. We've probably got 5 world-class players. We've got a lot of players that are on that 4-star ability, that Premier League leading ability. Unbelievable. If you boys had to take this over on the Patreon, and if you were ever going to take over a save, I would recommend this one. The players that are in this save, like, let's just look at this recommended list now. You've got Mohamed Salah at Lazio there. You've got Ravel Morrison coming through at United. You've got Coutinho there at Sporting. Look at him for an attacking midfielder. It's just so fun, boys. So if you're going to give it a go, this will be on the Patreon. I hope you boys have enjoyed this retro rebuild. This has been one of the most fun rebuilds to film. I have loved just finding these talents from all over the world. Players in like Portuguese league like João Coutinho and David Luiz at Benfica. Cerner, the Croatian right back. These players you would never normally use that come accessible and usable. Just makes the game so refreshing and fun, especially this late into the game. If you boys enjoyed the rebuild, please comment about what rebuild you want to see next. Maybe name a database, name a team, name a challenge. Leave your comments. Of course, like and subscribe. This has been Big Robbo rebuilding Blackburn Rovers on a retro 2007 database, winning a Premier League and an FA Cup within 5 years and coming the runners-up in the Europa League. I'll see you boys on the next video. Peace out.